Good afternoon. Time to wrap up September 26, 2014. We had ourselves just a beautiful trading day today. We came in with the market with our first sell in the 65, 67 area. I picked up this short over here. And we had our buy at 59.61 and then 55.57 down here. This was buy one. The market made a new intraday low over here. On the left before the day session opened, they got stops below yesterday's lows. Traded up. We got another great trade out of the 65, 67 area. That was our second trade. Then the market basically died. The biggest dynamic we saw coming later in the day, if they couldn't take out and hold yesterday's lows, was short covering for end of the week, end of the month, end of the day. And that's what we got. We had our first resistance, really good resistance after the overnight session high was the 68 to 73 area. Then our second resistance area after the overnight session high was 75 to 79. And this area up here so far is held as resistance. Peak 50 lot selling came early in the session before the day session opened. The 50 lot trader basically covered shorts up until this point. A little bit of selling into this area, then from here on out the 50 lot trader was on the buy side. And the market can move 4 to 5 points without the 50 lot trader to get more than 8 points movement. It takes the 50 lot player going with you. So this was our first winning trade. This was our second winning trade in here. We had a long out of this area, this 59.61 that produced a winning trade. Retest failure up here off the high produced another winning trade. And another retest failure here off the lows that eventually breaks the market out to the upside. And we saw this breakout to the upside coming. Very easy to see on our F5 screen that tracks the volumes for. And we bring a lot of firepower to the situation, but you can see that the selling peaks right here on those two bars, and then from here on out it's nothing but buying. And then right here on this last bar, last two bars, we're getting profit taking from that buying. So this is the raw number right here. These bars are getting shorter. Visually you can see that we've got buying until we get to this bar right here. And there's some long liquidation as players take shorts. So really good trading for us today in the evening. We caught the market just right, and that's always very gratifying, and it helps one make profitable trades. So what do we look for on Monday? Last 2 days of the month, we'll be dealing with the end of the month. The hedge funds that got short into today's market, some of those most certainly covered those shorts on the rally this afternoon. So when it's all said and done, when we look at this particular market, we're still seeing lower highs and lower lows. So come Monday, if we don't take out the day session high, this 1980 area plus or minus, we can be a seller, and we can certainly be a buyer on weakness in anticipation of a retest of this particular high. So longer term, the screen still has us a seller. Looking at the F2 screen, which is where the exchange members play, you can see the very strong rally that started after lunch, and my guess it's short covering. So right over here we've got this area. And generally you get about 50% into this area. I didn't quite make it on this. So we're in a situation where we can sell failure to take out this 80 area plus or minus. That's probably the easiest trade. So if the overnight session can't take out 1980, and we come into the day session on Monday and we can't get to the overnight session high. When we come out the overnight session low, we definitely want to be short by then. On the buy side, we broke this out in the 68 to 70. We're at 76.50. We've got this low volume area down here, 68 to 70. So 70, 72 will be buy one. And then 65, 67 will be buy two. And 84, 86 will be sell two. So that's it for the E-mini. The long-term secular forces that have taken the stock market up since March of 2009 are overt Fed and covert Fed support for the market. When you see big buyers, when the market's in a sell mode coming in, that certainly is the Fed through the 5 broker-dealers deemed too large to fail supporting the market. The Fed doesn't mind if the market sells, they just don't want a catastrophic meltdown, and they will support the market to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, on the F1 screen on the note, higher high, higher low, that says buy. When we look at the F2 screen, it's just nothing but a B. So coming in looking at this, you can see we got a lot of support right down here in this 2408 area. And I'd be willing to get long in that area one time just because it has been support to see what happens. Definitely a B pattern, definitely selling. Strength in the E-mini. E-mini breaks out in I period. That's when the low is set in I period and some short covering up in here. So right here, near resistance. Take your pick, 16, 18, 20. So we're going to sell failure to take out 18 to 22. And then we're going to be back where we were this morning, selling 27s to 31s, which was a great trade for us. I mean, we caught the market as good as you could catch it under any circumstances. On the buy side, I'm going to give it a little room to the downside. I'm going to try to scoop them up at 5 to 9. And then 1 to the buck. No major news. We have pending home sales on Monday. It usually doesn't have a lot of impact on the market. I think end of the month window dressing will be a factor. We had a great day in the financials on our sell. Came in, wanted to sell 27s to 31s. The high was 28 for the day session. Beautiful trade. Got the setup that we like. And from there, as Cronkite would have said, the rest is history, or Severide, I forget who it was. So great day trading the financials. We missed our sell area a little bit in the bond, but it was a great trade from the short side also. And we were hoping to sell, well, the trade was to sell failure to take out the 8 to 12 area, and you can see the high is 4, then we get lower highs from there. And the market traded straight down in Z period to 37.05. Could have been some option shenanigans. Don't know. But the last rotate up stopped at 23, and we have this high at 28, so we're going to sell failure to take out 24 to 28. And then 31s to 03s. On the buy side, we're at 20 right now. I'm going to put it down at 5 to 9, try to pick up this area, and if we break that, then we're going to try for down in here, 29 to 25 for buy 2. And that would be on a play that the knob spread would contract. Okay, gold, we've liked the short side for a long time now. I don't see that anything has really changed in gold. We're knocking on support. We're one headline away from a rally, but I think the rally in gold comes out of the Ukraine, Russia, or some other part of the world, not the Middle East. So we've got a buy one in the 10-12 area where we were this morning, and 5 to 7 for buy two. On the sell side, we'll be selling this 18 to 20 area, and then our 23.25. I think the opportunity comes in London and gold and crude oil for really getting superior trade location. I do not like to go home short gold or crude on New York closes because of what can happen overnight, or in this case over the weekend. But I think the longer term direction of gold is now lower. Looking at crude oil, speaking of the devil, I think the long-term direction for crude oil is lower, and the reason for that is increased production. Libya may be sidelined for a bit, but Iran, Iraq, Canada, and the United States are all increasing their production. And Mexico is putting them in a place to increase their production. So increased production out of North America, lifting of sanctions against Iran, and Iraq's oil production is slowly moving higher. So this 93.50 to 94 area has been prime sell territory. I think we may have a shot at it again. Sunday night in London, the 94.25, 94.50. It's possible we saw the high in K period, but we'll just have to play. See a trading range with a seller out there when bad news doesn't happen overnight. The ISIS Mobil refineries were hit. They're stealing the oil down there. It's real easy to sell it to people in the Middle East know how to market and trade, and it's at quite a discount. But that's being taken away from ISIS pretty quickly. Well, 25 to 50 is buy two, 75 to the buck is buy one, 93.75 to 94 is sell one. It is Friday. We'll be able to do a better job come Monday morning. We see what has happened over the weekend. And in gold and crude, a lot can happen. In 24 hours, 12 hours if you're waiting for the night session. And last but not least, the 6E. I do not like being long in the euro, as you all well know. I think every time it rallies, it is a sell. These relief rallies of 50 to 75 ticks, sell it in London when London opens. Just London doesn't go any higher, get short, and you'll ring the bell. Goldman said last month said we were headed to 125 this year, 120 next year. Futures markets, we talked about it the first part of the weekend of last week. Don't screw around. The trading target is 125. It's going to get there. That is 1.86 points away. And the European Central Bank wants the euro lower. So that's the, and then you get into what's happening with Russia, what's happening to their economy, deflation, and the rest of it. But the major factor that certainly colors my thinking is the European Central Bank. Sell one will be 127, 127.10. Sell two will be 25 to 35. Trying to come in before these single prints on our first one. On the buy side, a little bit lower. Maybe doesn't break 60 to 70 in London. I really don't. I mean, this is knife catching. There is no volume down here. And then 40 to 50. I can get long against 26.50 because somebody will cover their shorts there. But the market is headed lower. And the European Central Bank and European finance ministers are telling you it's headed lower. So we must take them at their word. That's all I've had. We've had ourselves a great trading week. We're going to get back next week and shake that ATM money tree one more time. And in the meantime, you all have a great weekend. I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.